Hello, and welcome to what? Shut up.
Screwed it immediately. Already ruined it.
God damn it!
I didn't mean to do it this time.
Shit! Fuck!
And
Welcome
that's the
to
show, everyone. Good night, everybody.
There we go.
There, yep.
I was
Welcome
trying
to
to say
episode 8 of the ToonamiGAF podcast.
I was saying don't screw up.
Well,
Too late.
look how that turned out. I'm your host, Grexino. With us today are B-Dubs,
Hello.
Zonic,
Hello?
and the guy sitting in a dark room with his camera zone, making his face look like an unholy demon face, Bass Forever.
Howdy.
Jeez, that was scary. Like, hey, I didn't know I, accidentally went to the SCP page.
See, I thought I was staring into another dimension, and the ancient ones were staring back at me.
He looked like that face in the stairwell thing from the SCP writings. And it's like, oh, Jesus!
See, growing up, we had an old story about a abandoned house and how there was a scary face in there, and it looked just like that.
Oh, man. There's a lot of news this week. So,
Yes, there is.
why don't we get into the big news? The replacement for Dimension W is not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so who cares?
No!
You didn't know that was coming.
It's
Yeah.
Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Called it.
And, so, they got
Is it
Gundam back on Toonami.
Is it any good?
And...
So it's not like G Gundam, which was the best Gundam, and they should just do another one of those?
well, it's certainly not Build Fighters, so who fucking cares?
Just
I
give
don't
me
know. I
G
think
Gundam
Iron
Season
Blood
2.
Orphans is the right Gundam to bring back to Tsunami, considering it's a more serious storyline.
It is.
Doesn't
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No.
Yeah.
But, I mean, other than what Sailor Moon is pretty much the last big name that they, from classic Toonami, they've not brought back.
I don't think they're bringing that back.
I don't know. I think maybe they're just like, hey, Sailor Moon worked when we were on Cartoon Network, but on Adult Swim. I
Not so
don't know.
much. No.
Maybe not. But,
Plus, we can't give Togashi too much money, because otherwise he'll never do more Hunter chapters.
Well, that's why Sailor Moon Wife is doing it now.
yeah, he's not
no,
even writing. He's not even doing it. He's just
No,
like,
he's
hey,
dra-
Sailor Moon wife.
He's writing it. She's helping him draw it. But if they have what the hell was that?
That was Zonic trying to talk.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I had
Can't
no
have that.
idea
What?
the Yu Yu Hakusho author's wife was the woman who did
What?
Sailor Moon. Wow, that's a weird coincidence.
What just happened?
Sonic, are you okay? Speak to us.
Are you trying to summon Cthulhu?
Should be.
Hey, there you go.
What were we talking about? Sailor Moon?
We were talking about Togashi's Sailor Moon wife.
In your
Yes.
demon of possession.
Yeah, that too. Which seems kind of important.
Yeah. So anyway, Iron-Blooded Orphans. I feel like it's a show that we're all going to be tired of halfway through the first season.
Please don't be bad.
It's not terrible.
Yay!
Yay! Which is the same thing we said about Dimension W, and look how that turned out.
Boo.
At least this won't.
They could-
At least Iron Blood Orphans is an original series, so they're not trying to adapt 75 manga chapters into 12 episodes.
Yeah, but it's a 50 episode. It's going to eventually end up being 4 cores. So here, we're going to be stuck with it for a cumulative year.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, all of the mech shows that they could have potentially have gotten are on the very long side, you know? So no matter what mech show they picked, it was going to be about a year or two before we were going to replace it.
right.
Noah Zero was only 24 episodes.
No,
No,
they were not
fuck
going
that
to do that
thing.
to us. DeMarco would not do that to us because he loves us. If he did that, I'd have to cry.
He did
Bass
10
doesn't
PSP.
like Noah Zero.
Yeah, I
mean-
rage quit that. I rage quit something, and I don't rage quit anything.
I saw one episode of that. I was like, nope.
The first episode gives you the illusion this might be decent.
I had no faith.
So, well, we're gonna have to put those My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, JoJo plans on the back burner for now because, I mean, I guess we're waiting on the Samurai Champloo replacement, which hopefully is not final act because fuck.
No, apparently that was just a mistake.
Well,
I'm
you know,
inclined to believe it because otherwise they're going to be bumping everything up an
right.
hour.
And then they would inevitably be bumping it back down
Yeah, so it makes more sense that they'd look to get something new.
unless
But
they
now
were
that-
permanently losing that premiere slot as a
No,
premiere slot.
I don't think they would, but I mean, now that we're getting Iron-Blooded Orphans, it also sort of cuts down on what they could potentially pick for that slot. Like, I don't think they're going to pick any more mech shows. They're not going to pick anything shonen.
I mean, they'll still pick something shonen. I mean,
I
Shard might
don't-
think, hey, they don't want to do one thing, but they'll do whatever they feel like.
Yeah, no, I know, but at the same time, I feel like they're maybe going to want to go a little more mature here for at least 13 episodes.
One Punch Man,
That'd be nice.
please.
Which is also
Please.
shonen, but that's beside the point.
But I mean, it's kind of like it's you know, different
It's-
enough from standard shonen.
It also subverts a lot of the tropes very well, so it's not going to feel the same.
Right. Or they could just go for JoJo, which would be amazing.
Or they can double up on One Piece because, the pacing's kind of gone to shit. So
Well,
it
why
can
would
benefit.
that's never going to happen?
No, I know. It's just
You get double Dragon Ball if you like it.
Yeah, double
Uh.
Dragon Ball forever. I don't actually like. Why would they want to get
go through it faster.
Why? Yeah, why would you want to do that?
They should double Naruto Shippuden and get that crap over faster.
Oh God,
It would
that's
still be
never
like
gonna
15
end.
years.
Yeah.
Especially when the Boruto anime airs in like 2 years.
So is the anime actually starting to wind down?
Well, it started the final
Maybe.
battle last week. The battle with Kaguya. Spoilers. Not spoilers.
Fucking finally! I don't think anyone cares about Naruto spoilers.
No, but I mean that fight's gonna take like a year because it took like a year in just the manga. So I can only imagine the anime is gonna drag that out forever.
Did it? I kind of feel like it took a few months, but
Yeah, the final fight wasn't that long. At least the part where the actual final boss shows up.
you might be
Yeah.
thinking like like the Obi. Well, fuck, shit, spoilers. But the
Yeah.
main guy to hey, I'm the final boss too. No, actually, I'm a giant space flea from nowhere, and I'm the final boss.
Yeah. And the whole thing is like, just end. But it's not going to
It never will.
because God hates us.
God, who's going to be the first person to try to calculate the ending date?
Do we count Boruto? Because that's going to get an anime adaptation. That's just a matter of when.
No.
No, that'll be a different thing. So
Yeah, that doesn't count. Besides, that looks like it's going to be utter crap.
can he? He's just got to. He just needs to, make the sequel series that everyone knows he's going to make eventually.
That's Boruto.
No. I mean like an actual. That's a monthly special thing. I mean an actual.
No, that is a series.
That is a series.
I mean a full-on weekly
No.
series.
They're just doing it monthly.
I mean, but that's too different.
No, that's what they're doing.
Essentially, it's what Dragon Ball Super is doing, which is also a monthly manga with an anime adaptation. That's the canon sequel to Dragon Ball Z.
Well, Dragon Ball Super is weird because it was like just an anime adaptation of the two movies.
Yeah.
But they always planned for Super when they announced it to be a monthly manga and an anime adapting everything. And
I
the
thought it was
Boruto
the
manga
other
is
way
also
around.
adapting the first film. The first chapter of Boruto is 90% the first part of the first Boruto film.
Yeah, except Dragon Ball Super actually looks like it's interesting, whereas Boruto is like, really, you did Naruto and this is the lesson you learned from it?
To be fair, from what I've seen people who've actually seen the Boruto film, it's like the best thing they've done in years because it goes
No,
back to
no.
basics.
No, I know, and I have seen it, and I'm totally cool with it. I'm just like, I've also read the first chapter and sort of where it's going. I'm like, really, this is where you've decided you're gonna go with this? I'm like, no, just no.
Unfortunately, it's where it had to go because this is Naruto, and
Mm,
that's just what they do.
yeah, I know, but at the same time, I'm like, there's more potential there if you just follow the characters around than trying to shoehorn in a crazy plot or something like that, you know? Because that's always been the strength of that series is it's got a nice cast and an interesting enough world. Just, follow them around and let them have adventures.
They did do that, and that's why we got Shippuden.
No, Shippuden was
Yeah,
like, hey, fuck this extended cast, it's fucking Sasuke all the time.
we're about to have Sasuke all the time, yeah.
Even when Sasuke's never in the show, it's fucking Sasuke all the time. Anyway, we also got, they're not going to premiere Gundam for a single episode and then have it replaced by a marathon, so they're just going to double up on new Dragon Ball Z Kai episodes for one week, so
That makes
yay!
sense. Oh, what are we getting for the marathon?
Samurai
I
Champloo
forget.
marathon.
Shampoo.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it could have been Dimension W.
Yeah. Oh,
To be fair,
So-
marathon that would basically be the
All
entire
those
series.
final episodes of Dimension W again?
Oh boy, it's the Easter Island arc! Fuck!
That's the
Maybe
entire
we'll
series.
stand it this time by rewatching it again.
Sonic, why do you keep trying to summon the old ones? Hello?
Hello?
Yep,
Yeah.
there's some weirdness when you start and stop speaking.
Yeah.
It's like your
Weird.
microphone is trying to be like, oh, shit's happening now, fuck! But,
Maybe it's the phone case, I don't know.
well, oh well. So, why don't we move
Close
on
enough.
to the actual block? Okay, that's enough about Boruto.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Boruto, man. Dragon Ball Z Kai, Episode 70. The dizzying deception and the daring escape. Defeat the android in massive air quotes cell. So,
So,
this is the another,
This is almost the quintessential Dragon Ball Z episode in a nutshell,
where
where
nothing happens.
Piccolo stalls out Cell by talking to him and getting him to go on and on for 20 minutes just so that he can regenerate his arm.
Also, and then it ends with Cell just getting away because solar flare.
and then he consumes the football team, the East City Westerners.
I like that name, actually.
Is that the team Clark Kent was covering in Batman vs Superman?
Maybe.
I don't know.
It
So
might
yeah, Dragon Ball Z. It's a lot of the same stuff we've been seeing.
It's so disappointing that you hype up Cell to have the powers of all the characters in the show, and yet all he ever uses is Kamehameha and Solar Flare.
He used his special beam cannon once.
Was that original anime filler, or is that actually in Kai?
I don't actually remember, but I saw it on the clip they made to advertise it. They show that, so I presume that's actually going to happen.
Oh yeah, that must be in Kai then, if they showed it in the
Yeah.
recent clip.
Like, he shot it at Piccolo, and Piccolo just went, fuck you, and, knocked it away.
I always have struggles remembering what happened on Dragon Ball Z. Once I get to Tuesday, it's like, did something happen? And I usually feel like,
Not today.
no, nothing actually did happen. That's why I can't remember.
I mean, we do get Cell's motivation for what he's trying to do and how he came back in time.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like, I gotta be stronger.
Yeah. No, I remember reading a weird post somebody made, sort of explaining the different timelines and dimensions that result from Cell, and it's incredibly convoluted for what is essentially not that complicated a thing. There's like 4 different timelines. One of them we know nothing about. Another one sort of happens. Then there's ours. Then there's another one that Cell comes from, and I'm like, did we need that many timelines?
Well, the one Cell comes from is the one we know nothing about, I think.
No, there's 2 we know nothing about. we know more about the one that Cell comes from than we do the other one. But then apparently there's another one that we know even less about.
Fucking, I don't know, man. Time travel. Alternate universes.
It's all deeply confusing.
Zonic.
Wibbly wobbly time stuff.
Yeah, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
But no, I gotta agree with Grex, because usually with Dragon Ball Z, I would have. Well, first off, having never seen this series, it's just not doing anything for me. Someone made a post about how it doesn't feel like the characters have their own unique special attacks, and it kind of is starting to feel that way. It's like you got the Kamehameha, you got the Soul Flares, but they flat out say that other characters can use it, even though Krillin is like, that's Goku's move. No, you learned that from Roshi. You learned it too.
Krillin
It's
says,
like
hey, that's Goku's move that I've used before.
That
And
I
then-
learned from someone who wasn't Goku.
And then that whole part, Dr. Gero had some flies going around collecting your DNA. I'm like, what the bloody hell? How
I
in the world
fucking
did those,
forgot about that.
like,
I was wondering
Yeah, we-
how we got that DNA.
when did you get those? How did they not get destroyed? How did they fly to planet Namek?
No, they didn't know about Namek.
Yeah, they didn't go to Namek, and that's how you get the famous TFS
Oh.
line. What the fuck is a Namek?
That's
Yeah.
right. They got the DNA from Frieza when he was back on Earth for an episode before getting sliced up, but
I
Man,
still
that-
don't get. I still don't get how they got the Vegeta DNA, because you would think everything would have been obliterated, but there it is.
Well, to your comment earlier, everyone has a unique special attack. It's just a big beam now with a different name and a different color.
Except
exactly.
for Krillin.
I can punch or kick really hard.
Krillin
No,
has
except
his
Destructo does.
Kienzen, the
Yeah.
Kienzen that he uses once and never again.
It's a beam thing.
He cuts Frieza's tail off with it, but then Frieza uses two of them on Goku, and Frieza's are better. So
Well, I think part of the problem is I could see when you were a kid in the 90s, this
it
was
was awesome.
different from other shows you would have seen. But, 20 years later, having so much more variety of anime, like One Punch Man, I feel like is that excitement I would have gotten if I actually saw Dragon Ball Z as a kid. It just doesn't have that same effect on me seeing it now grown up.
Well, Zonic, you have to remember that Dragon Ball Z is the anime that inspired everything you saw after it.
And
So
I think I'm just saying that it doesn't have that same appeal to me because I'm seeing it after it's. How should I put this?
No, I get it. It's because you've seen everything that it spawned. It's more like derivative than it would normally be.
Right, because back in its day, it was fairly groundbreaking. Obviously,
Yeah.
everybody and its mother's parodied it. Same with like Neon Genesis Evangelion, another
Or
series.
Hunter x
that's been
Hunter.
copied both series have been copied to death by so many people that, and JoJo even to a lesser extent.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Naruto is basically a shittier Hunter x Hunter.
And
Yeah.
Persona's a
Bigger
shittier
cast.
JoJo.
I mean,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is basically they made an American wrestling anime and gave everyone superpowers.
That's awesome, and that's also why I like G Gundam, because
And so
it's
back when you
basically-
were 9 years old in the 90s, you really loved wrestling. You really loved Dragon Ball Z.
And
But
you
now
didn't see
I-
it like it back then. And that's why.
I don't
No,
know
go
if
ahead.
Dragon Ball Z would get much popularity if it was a new thing today.
And I think that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's just like that's okay. I just don't have nostalgia for it. Thing.
Like, I will fully go on and say, hey, One Piece is the obviously better series. And it's definitely closer to the same vein where it's like adventure, weird characters, humor, but less of the
Superpowers.
ridiculous power level shit.
Well, that's when Toriyama, like, you could tell he didn't want to keep the series going and going and going, and he kept doing it due to pressure, hence why each
Yeah.
successive arc gets less and less coherent, where it just
Yeah.
feels like he keeps piling more stuff on. Not even so much to see what sticks, but because either editors are telling him, do this, don't do this, like what happens with Cell in his first and second designs.
Like, they go like, hey, these first androids suck. Hey, the second set of androids suck. Hey, now here's Cell. He's kind of weird. Change him. Fuck.
No, change him back.
Final form.
He's not pretty enough.
We live in a post-Dio world. He has to be pretty.
Yeah.
And we can't really comment on how Dragon Ball Z, if like it came out today, because so much was inspired by it that the landscape of anime would have radically changed had it not existed back in the day.
Right.
I mean, we could do a thought experiment where we just assume that everything that exists now still exists in its same form, but Dragon Ball Z never happened, and it's just being released as it is today. And the answer is no.
Well, I mean, it also, in that, while it also inspired a lot of stuff, it also taught a bunch of lessons to people, like, oh, when I do a power level system or whatever, I can't just, do numbers, otherwise I'm gonna get Dragon Ball Z, disease in my story, and that's gonna be bullshit.
When every successive villain is like exponentially stronger, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's sort of like, it's why One Piece's, Devil Fruit thing works so well. It's because, it's not just power level fights, it's how these, radically crazy powers sort of clash with each other.
Also JoJo.
Yeah, My Hero Academia, Hunter x Hunter, definitely. It taught, as much as it showed people what to do and what does work, it also showed a lot of what doesn't work.
And then there's stuff like Bleach, where it's like, who reveals their superpower the last?
Oh, God. They broke that the other day, I think.
You've activated my trump card, a costly mistake.
I mean, I guess we're gonna get, what's his name, Hiraku's Bankai finally.
I've
Maybe?
actually fallen off.
I mean, this fucking dude has gone down 3 times in Bleach, and he still gets up, and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Call me when they do Aizen's Bankai, because at this point, that's all I care about.
I don't
in
think that,
Aizen's Bankai. The whole series has been Aizen's Bankai.
I want that to be true so badly.
I still want that to happen.
No,
Like, we're just suddenly back in fake Karakura Town, is like,
Yeah.
shit, motherfucker.
What made you think any of that was actually happening?
Like, literally the greatest troll of all time, that would be.
That would be glorious.
What if Bleach Endless 8's the last like 400 chapters? And Bleach goes for like 20 years where we just keep repeating this Bankai over and over again.
I need that in my life. I need both of those to happen. I need the Endless 8 to happen, and then I need it all to reset all the way back to fake Karakura Town, and Aizen be like, what made you think any of that was actually real?
I mean, the idea is, storytelling-wise, it's such a complete, like, it might be the worst storytelling thing to ever happen in all of human history, but it's also so brazen and fucking amazing that you wouldn't care.
Yeah, exactly. It would be awesome. It wouldn't matter that it would be, and that's, I think it's part of a thing, like, sort of moving on to other shows,
It's because really the only value we've ever gotten out of Bleach is like, haha, that troll was amazing.
No, I mean, it's not only that, but it also subverts expectation, would subvert expectations and everything so well that, like, you can't help but appreciate a troll that good. Where it's like the reader themselves have actually been trolled. Like, Endless 8 is a horrible idea. They just made the same episode 8 fucking times. But at the time, it was fucking hilarious. It was awesome. I watched every fucking week.
And you were like,
this gonna be...
they can't do it again, can they?
Exactly. And finally, when 4 comes around, you're like, wait, they aren't really going to 8, are they? Son of a bitch.
Zonic, you were trying to say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Saw Endless 8 too. Oh my god, I can't believe I wasted my time with that.
It was the greatest troll of all time.
Speaking of the greatest troll of all time, Dimension W, Episode 12, Finale, The Future Reached.
Yay.
Yep, it's over.
And there was no closure.
There was no closure at all, except Loser died, and everyone's like, hey, Loser's dead, and his kid is crying. Let's go have pizza.
Keoma doesn't hate robots unconditionally anymore. That happened.
Well, now we've established that Mira is almost exactly like his girlfriend, so now that can totally happen down the road.
Oh God.
She's literally a replacement robot goldfish.
I know, but why? Wait, goldfish or girlfriend?
Replacement. It's the replacement goldfish. It's like
Yes.
the goldfish dies when the
Both.
kids are at school, and then you rush and replace it with another goldfish, and they never know the difference.
Bass, what do you do with your goldfish? Do we
Oh,
need to
you
call
know, man.
protective services?
What is happening?
Go look up the TV tropes page. Go look it up. Replacement goldfish.
I know the trope.
We have so much energy from Mention W creating so many possibilities in this communication right now.
Yeah.
Possibilities.
Why can't we be tomatoes instead?
I mean, Big O made vastly more sense.
I still want Big O Season 3 because apparently they had a plan for that, and I want to see that. DeMarco, if you're listening to this, and I know you are because I know you love us, please make Big O Season 3 happen.
Well, the thing is,
I beg of you.
they already made Season 2 happen.
They can make Season 3 happen. The only reason they didn't is because the Aqua Teen Hunger Force guys threw a bitch fit.
No, they need to make Bleach Endless 8 happen first. What's wrong with you?
I mean, we all know that. I mean, they're gonna make a Bleach final season. I think. I mean, they could not. I'm 50-50 on whether they'll actually do it, but
No, they'll do it.
I mean,
they'll do
it's
it.
Bleach. It's one of Adult Swim's most successful shows of all time.
Yeah, there's no way they don't shell out the cash for it.
I mean, if
I
it
would
doesn't.
just wait. I would wait until after DBZ Kai, Boo Saga, and inevitably Super all end.
Well,
By that
Super
point,
wouldn't end for a while.
Yeah. They're
And
just gonna put it on
DBZ
before
is, I mean,
Super.
as big a Bleach was, it still couldn't never, bring in the numbers that DBZ does. So that would be a fine 12:30 show for them.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Dimension W, which we don't really care about.
I care about it. It's a frustrating show because, as we talked about before in the thread, there feels like there's a lot of potential, which is ironic because the show talks about that all the time, being like buried
Wasted.
under just a
Crap.
horrible pacing issue, which we talked about a little bit last week. How do you adapt a manga where it's hard because you do it too fast, the audience is lost and can't connect, and if you do it too slowly, you lose your audience and nobody cares.
Exactly. And that's sort of why I'm afraid to watch Ushio and Tora all the way through the end. I'm like, please don't fuck this up. This was like, I loved the manga, and no, but with Dimension W, didn't they adapt like 70-something chapters into 12 episodes?
Of a monthly manga.
Yeah, that's absolute madness. That's worse than Final Act ever was,
Well, Ushio and Tora is adapting 300 chapters into 39 episodes, which is also insane if you think about that pacing.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm worried about it. But also with Ushio and Tora, some of the chapters were more art than story, so,
And it's also a finished series, so they know exactly what they need. They know exactly
what they need.
They have everything They have everything they need.
And
Minus
they
the things
have
they skipped that were important.
Yeah, and they actually have the actual writer helping them, make it happen. So with Dimension W, I'm like, just 70 chapters into, 12 episodes. Are you mad, you crazy people?
Really,
So
honestly,
Sonic.
everything before the Easter Island arc I thought was decently paced, where there was nothing that quick. It's really this Easter Island arc where things really fall apart, where we introduce a lot of characters, a lot of plot points, and tie everything together. Yeah, and just Easter Island could have been its own 12-season arc into itself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of my opinion, too, where it's like, welcome to Easter Island, the show fucking sucks now.
Yeah, I mean, it also feels a little bit like they might have skipped some stuff here and there, like story arcs they didn't necessarily adapt for whatever reason.
They skipped some stuff.
Of course they did.
But I mean, everything introduced in the anime, at least, was tied up by the Easter Island arc. It was rushed quickly, but every question that outside of the big overarching ones of the series, like what does it mean to be human, what does it mean to have a soul, which are far too complicated of a concept for a 12-episode anime.
Yeah.
But all the plot, like who Loser was, why he was doing the things he was doing, the significance of the numbers he was looking for, why Kiyoma lost his memory, why Mira reminds him of his dead girlfriend, why he hates coils.
Yeah, we
Everything that's
wrapped
been
that
established
up.
has been wrapped up.
So
Except they-
the Genesis.
except-
Let me. I'm trying to figure out what happened with Genesis, and it's like, okay, so Kiyoma had it at
Right.
whatever it was, and then Timey Wobbly Wibbly Wimey, and he was at
Exactly.
the hospital, and his dead
Mhm.
wife was there, and they were like, let's not deal with this thing, and so he destroyed it.
Apparently, it might have destroyed the world if they did something with it, is the impression I got. So they're like, this is too dangerous, man. You could save me, but, like, there's the possibility you could blow up the world, man. So, like,
I also got the
I'm
impression
good.
they were going towards like this is what's naturally meant to happen kind of thing. Like she didn't want to live with the pain that she was feeling from just trying the surgery and trying to live her life to be with him, and that she chose in the end the best option was to let things happen naturally.
And of
yeah,
course, then he loses his memory and forgets all the lessons he learned.
of course.
Fuck.
No, but I mean, like, to tie it into the possibilities thing, like, there is always, like, this possibility that you will die and at some point in your life. And I think the show was kind of smart to, and this is maybe giving it too much credit, but, you know, the fact that, hey, this is a possibility you can't change. Eventually you do die. It's, you know, what you do in between all that shit that matters.
Right, and I think that's where the manga would have focuses on in a better way when it's paced out a lot better than what we
Yeah.
got with that anime adaptation.
So,
Right.
Zonic, you promised us an epic rant.
Go.
Let's go.
Well, you guys kind of already explained some of the same feelings I have, considering this was trying to cram 75 episodes of a apparently semi-weekly manga, then monthly, into 12 episodes. And yeah, as soon as we got to Easter Island, it just completely fell apart because it was just so much damn exposition, plot, characters that were just there. Like, those mole kids were just hanging around for no reason. And
The cat people.
yeah, like, that cat girl just appears, and it's like, why the hell was she here? And
Because
yeah,
I'm a
I
cat girl.
wanted to like this show more than I should. Like, I feel more frustrated at disliking this show more than Sword Art Online or Comic a Kill, because I can easily see the flaws, like, oh yeah, this is so stupid. But with Dimension W, I see the potential there, and it has ideas I like.
The possibilities!
Well, then in the end, the anime was a perfect adaptation because it got you curious enough to check out the manga, and that's what all these animes are designed to do in the end.
I feel like if I take the time to read the manga, it'll fill in some of the plot details, and I might like it more than I do with the anime. Because, like, I'm reading up some stuff that they skipped. There apparently was some Illuminati cult-like conspiracy within New Tesla, and it was supposed to go into details about the guy that killed Dr. Urizaki's wife and daughter.
So what was Dr. Yurizaki working on secretly anyway? We never figured that out.
No.
Yeah, it was hinted at in the end. He gives Mira I'm guessing his version of Genesis because Yurizaki ends the Genesis program in
Yes.
what was revealed, and in the final scene he gives Mira what he calls a heart. So I think he was trying to find a way to give coils create a coil that would give somebody a soul. Hence why we hear the coil beating at the end. So what Mira has is Yurizaki's version of Genesis.
I suppose.
Maybe now she has Kiyoma's wife's soul inside of her. Oh yeah, you know that's where that's going.
Then he's gonna have.
I was going to say, I didn't mind the twist of Kiyoma's wife's body going to Mira, because at first I was expecting, oh, great, Mira actually is life all along. Now, but no, I didn't mind the fact it was just.
Okay, stop.
What the heck was that?
Stop!
What the shit?
It's horrifying.
I thought that was having a stroke.
I think you're getting some feedback there, Sonic.
What the hell was that?
The list is actually.
Okay, GLaDOS, chill.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the ToonamiGAF Podcast, Episode 8. Fast Forever looks horrifying, Sonic sounds horrifying, and I'm just a horrifying person.
And I can't stop laughing. Oh god, I can't.
This is a professional production.
Oh yes, it is.
Okay, Sonic, try again.
Okay, but
Oh god, you know. Oh lord. I'm sorry.
We're having technical difficulties here.
No, really?
No. I don't know, Sonic. I don't know what you did.
it was my fault, whatever, but
I almost understood that.
basically, this really should have been 24 episodes.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, Sonic. We're really not laughing at you as a person. It's just your mic. It's
Your mic is making you speak in tongues.
the blood of Venus. It will flow without end.
This must be the work of enemies stand.
Oh god.
He grabbed Genesis.
Someone get the holy water.
Okay, Sonic, try again.
Okay, Fee.
We have to move on. Okay, Sonic.
Next.
Try it over and over and over.
Yeah, this
I almost heard
was
something.
the entire.
There you go.
I took my phone case off. That might have been it. So, yeah, it was just the damn pacing that killed it, especially at Easter Island. Because the first third I thought was probably the best of the series when it's just smaller contained stories that aren't explained a ton. And then when I got to the lake, it was kind of getting more confusing, but I could still comprehend. I just need time to let it sink in. Then
I'm sorry, that was unintentionally funny. You're saying it was more confusing, but I could still comprehend. That's the point where
Your microphone might be getting overloaded if you're speaking a little maybe too loudly, or I don't know. I am not an audio video specialist, so I'm.
What are you using?
my phone.
So am I. Maybe you're holding it too close.
That could be it. Is it working now?
Nope.
Try putting it on speaker.
You use headphones. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, it worked from last time.
No, I remember it did, but
I don't know.
Sucked. It was stupid. I didn't like. I wish it was better.
Stupid was the one word I got through that.
I got that one. And lo did the seven seas split and turn of blood.
Cthulhu attack.
Can we edit Zonic's all these tech issues into a song and upload it as the official ToonamiGAF podcast song?
That needs to happen.
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
If I could figure out a way to download it off of YouTube, I will do this.
I don't know. I guess we should move on. Maybe? Sonic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, he was barely comprehensible there, so let's go.
Well, he sounds like Male Fee from Skyward Sword.
Yes, that is what it is. Holy
yeah,
shit!
it is. Is there a 99% chance I'm right?
And so, Zonic, you probably can't hear what you sound like, but that's what you sound like. Sorry. Boy, this is professional production.
It
Hunter x
Hunter,
really
Hunter,
is.
Hunter.
Episode 5. Hisoka is sneaky. Boy, we're really running out of episode title ideas for these. Jeez, this is not great as a title. Boy.
Next episode is Hishoka gets a boner. Actually, that was this episode too.
That's every episode. He gets a murder boner every episode.
He does like getting boners.
In this episode, Hisoka kills a lot of people because reasons.
Yeah, originally he just killed them because he likes killing people, but I guess felt like they had to justify it for some reason, at least early on.
I mean, I guess it's still early on. They don't really know what this series is going to become yet.
Well, I mean, I think they know. It's more a matter of they're trying to figure out what they can get past the censors and what they can't. Because, originally he just sort of started murdering people indiscriminately.
And this episode they changed it where this group of complete idiots just decides, hey, let's test this guy that almost killed an examiner and also turned that guy's arms into flower petals and shit.
Yeah, no, that seemed like a smart move.
I was like, we're all failures, so you
You
go
who
ahead,
have
go ahead.
magical powers, we can beat you.
This is also the episode where people start fucking dying.
And they never stop.
They never. It's like, hey, we're having a friendly run through a tunnel. Now we get into this murder forest.
And then everyone dies.
People are getting eaten alive by giant turtles. People are getting, falling into spike pits. People are getting turned into the Last of Us zombies.
Yeah. And this is only the beginning, and there are actually worse ways to die in this series.
Oh, yes.
Six of which are not even adapted.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, the worst 6 ways to die in this series aren't going to be adapted yet.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Spoilers, no!
You need to catch up.
I'm along for this ToonamiGAF ride. I'm going to abide by the schedule, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That is discipline, my friend.
But is it like
really-
after the election arc?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
It's the new stuff. It's one of those, holy shit, this is nutso.
If it ever gets animated, it'll be amazing.
Oh, that's going to be so spectacular.
It
In
will never get
2045.
animated.
In 2045, when the arc finishes, it'll be great.
Hunter x Hunter Season 2, 2050.
It's only 12 episodes long.
No way. Like, one chapter of the new stuff could take like 4 episodes with all the dialogue.
I don't know, about 4 episodes, maybe 2.
So I guess this episode is our first Gon versus Hisoka fight in quotation marks. He just kind of throws a fishing rod at him a few times. He gets in a hit and then he gets thrown around.
Well, that's how Gon fights. He throws fishing rods at people.
The whole rod. He gets one shot.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Irio hits people with throbbing wood.
Yes, he
Or tries
does.
to, anyway.
Take my throbbing wood!
Cooper Pika actually does use 2 throbbing pieces of wood.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
into DTL right now, or?
We're
No,
always
no.
in DTL, man. Always.
Hey, that was
Always
comprehensible.
DTL
Whatever you
is
did there,
always
keep
with-
doing it.
Only better.
And so, I guess.
There's not much to say about this episode, because it was really mostly set up for Hisoka's character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who is a creepy pervert murder
He
magical
wants to
clown.
play. He has his own. He wants to play judge about people's power, which is a bit. He's weird about it. Like he's like, "Hey, Leorio, you passed, even though all you did was run away, come back, and I kicked your ass." But I
Yeah.
guess, hey, you came back, so good for you.
He's got a type. It's not so much, oh, this guy is strong. It's also, he's got a type of, oh, he likes this kind of guy. He thinks in the future maybe Leorio might be able to give him a challenge. He thinks maybe Gon can give me a good fight.
He looks for little boys that are potentially really strong.
I mean,
Especially if they're little boys.
the pedo clown aspect. They're not even trying to disguise the fact that he's literally a pedophile clown.
No, he is. He really is, and you're gonna discover next episode. That description is more on the nose than you think.
But next episode, it's like, hey, now we're Shokugeki no Soma.
Swing.
Swing. I have trouble wrapping my mouth around the word Shokugeki. Try to say that 5 times fast. It's impossible.
Shokugeki, 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 Shokugeki.
ToonamiGAF episode 8. Everyone laughs at Zonic. I'm so sorry.
Oh God.
Did this happen the last time Sonic was on, or is this new problems?
This is new. This
is
brand
new.
new. I think I was here the last time and it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. Anyway, this episode has been half Zonic's mic troubles, so let's quickly move on, because I think we've all agreed that, I guess we've all agreed that there's, one thing to this Hunter x Hunter episode, and we've discussed that one thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
other than everybody dying and there being weird animals and shit all over the place.
Yeah. Samurai Champloo, episode 20, Elegy of Entrapment, verse 1. I liked this episode. It's really
I remember this episode.
Okay.
Just watched it.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. It's the one with the...
Sonic's voice sounds like the sitar from the episode.
Yes. Oh,
I need to figure out how to make my post do that Cthulhu thing.
Yeah.
And just when I post it, be like, also starring Sonic with Cthulhu symbols.
Yes.
So this is the episode with the blind performer, and then at the end of the episode, she has.
Oh right, yeah.
So she's
It was one of the few episodes where Fu didn't get kidnapped and sold into prostitution.
Yes, because that's the running theme of Samurai Champloo so far.
Yeah, she gets sold into prostitution a lot.
I mean,
what else are you going to do with a 15-year-old girl in the middle of the feudal Japan era?
I mean, one almost wonders why this blind traveling performer didn't have that happen, but then the end of the episode comes, it's like, oh, they tried and she killed everyone.
That fight is going to be hype. I want to see her versus Jean.
I think we might have seen most of it already. I don't know, but I assume there's not a whole lot left.
I guess.
Yeah.
I assume that one of them's going to cut the bridge and they're both going to fall into the river. Probably. I've not seen Samurai Champloo for anyone so this is all speculation. I imagine that they'll think one of them has died and the other one will escape. Because this seems like very cliche samurai duel on an old bridge.
Yeah, that sounds like something that's probably going to happen.
I like how, Fu was like, man, I really thought Jin was going to say no.
He sent him off with an incredibly sexy lady. Of course he's not going to say no.
And she was like, hey, man, Jin's a gentleman. He'll take you to your son. And he's like, okay, if that makes sense, I will. And she's like,
sure.
I thought you'd say no. And he's like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah. He thought he was getting a reward at the end of the trip.
And then Mugen's like, aw, shit.
I wanted the reward.
Like, Mugen's he's a kind of a creepy. He's a creeper.
Yeah, no, Mugen's a weird dude. Can't really deny that.
Zonic, want to try again?
No.
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 No, it's...
No me gusta.
Try a full sentence.
This was the decent episode. It's probably one of the first shows that we gotten.
You're doing this on purpose to make me laugh, aren't you?
I understood the word episode. I speak Sonic.
I heard
I
decent
got
episode.
that. I got decent episode. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. It's your mic is very funny.
I mean, when you listen to this episode back, it's gonna be hilarious.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
It's gonna be great.
This is the best episode we've ever done.
Yep. Samurai Champloo. It always feels like once we get to Samurai Champloo, it's just kind of like we get to like that point where it's like, yep,
We're done.
yep, Samurai Champloo. It's a good episode of Samurai Champloo. It has a lot of what makes the series great. The soundtrack's great.
Right. But I want to see next week's already, and I feel like it's a good thing, but every time we have the first part of the two-parters, it always feels like I don't have enough of it, you know? And
The first part of the two-parter is an extended preview for the second part.
yeah, it's like you're not giving me quite enough in the first part to. I mean, I definitely want to see the second part, but I still want a little more out of the first part.
Like the two-parters in the show are hour-long episodes split into two.
Yeah, exactly.
Where we get all the plot in the second episode, and the first episode is 90% setup.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. I feel like they need to spread that out a little better.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's literally my only complaint about the show.
Naruto Shippuden,
Oh,
episode
God.
112, A Place to Return To. For this episode,
Are they
all we will
kidding me?
say is we will allow Zonic to spend 5 minutes talking, and that'll be all.
No, wait, did
Zonic, let's go!
they
What?
really use that title?
Yes, that's the actual title of the episode.
Oh, fuck me.
Fuck. Hey, Matt, Santa might have just died, if he was still around.
I literally just died. I died for him.
Okay, Zonic, 5 minutes. Let's go.
Go.
For what?
Oh, come on. Now you're
That's
intelligible.
bullshit.
All right, moving on to One Piece.
No, Zonic, are you still working?
Yes.
What did you think of Naruto?
Oh, I don't watch Naruto.
Somehow that was even better than the unintelligible rambling.
Zonic, your appearance on this episode has been completely justified.
Oh god. Oh god, I needed that laugh.
Thank you very much.
Every time I think I'm ready for it, it's just something new and I die all over it. Oh god.
So, thank you, Zonic.
Now
Fuck this
for
filler
One
arc.
Piece.
Fuck it to hell. Just absolute fucking garbage from beginning to fucking end.
So when's the
Toby's
next
a
filler
bad
arc?
boy. Is it
But we're
next?
finally back to canon for a little bit, and
Yeah,
this
but it's all
episode did have
Sasuke.
one bit of canon, and that's literally the only. I mean, it's literally 25 episodes for Toby and Deidara to capture the Three Tails. There you go.
Isn't the next arc all Sasuke?
Yes,
Oh god damn it.
but I mean, it's before he goes completely off the rails. So
Yeah, I know, but still, it's like once you know where he goes, you just can't put up with his shit.
I mean, at least it's an arc without Naruto or Sakura in it. Therefore, it's automatically better than most of the past few arcs we've seen.
I mean, I don't mind Naruto in certain arcs. It's just, in other arcs, he's totally bullshit.
I mean, it's when Naruto was in an arc like the Immortals arc, and it's like every time it goes back to Naruto, it's like, oh fucking Christ, not this shit again.
It wasn't so bad in the manga, I have to admit. Like,
Well, it's paced differently in the manga. I thought it was,
Yeah.
when I looked back at it, I was really stunned how they
Screwed it
repaced it
up.
for the anime.
yeah. I mean, the training in the manga always had you like, you were, what the hell is he doing? What's he got? And then they're screwed and he shows up and you're like, oh shit, let's see what he's got. And then
it turns out it's bigger Rasengan.
yeah, but it was fucking awesome. You know?
Naruto
Yeah.
Shippuden. Next week we'll probably be back to having more substantial discussions about Naruto Shippuden because we'll actually be going back to a plot and characters, and we'll actually somewhat care.
I mean, we had characters in the filler arc.
That's debatable. That's debatable. But did they have a place to go back to?
No, because they won't ever show up again.
Sada's gonna kill me for that one.
I didn't watch this episode. I have no idea what happened in it outside of the actual canon bit. So I assume the monster exploded. Kabuto got, owned like a bitch and he ran off. And Gurren and Yukimaru went home.
Yeah. And then Good Boy Toby and Clay Pigeon Guy caught the giant monster.
Yay!
Yay.
You really needed 25 episodes of garbage for that.
Yes, we did.
And yet this is one of the better Shippuden filler arcs, apparently.
Oh, God damn it.
No, I can't.
That
I can't.
No.
That cannot be true.
No.
That's not true. That's impossible.
I mean, if you actually were looking back on this arc as one of the better filler arcs of Shippuden,
That's sad. That's
we're
unbearably
and
sad.
if we're looking at it like that, we're literally in the road.
No, this is worse than the road.
One Piece, episode 346, The Vanishing Straw Hat Crew, a mysterious swordsman appears. So I'm going to let Zonic take this one first, just to see where his mic's at.
He doesn't watch One Piece.
Are you still there, Zonic?
Or
No. The answer is no.
Let's go back to Naruto Shippuden. I don't talk about that, apparently.
Okay, so Zonic can only be intelligible when he's talking about the one show he doesn't watch on the blog.
I swear to God, we're not doing this on purpose. We didn't sit down and write this beforehand. We didn't. I promise you, whoever is listening to this.
It just happened.
This is not planned, I swear to God.
We are so sorry.
I'd be a genius if I came up with that, though.
But this episode of One Piece is not that great. I mean, this episode and the previous episode are kind of like the worst part. This is the absolute lowest point of filler bark.
Thriller bark.
We're not talking about Shippuden anymore. We're back on One Piece.
No, but I mean, at this point, they're just sort of setting up, the reveal for the big villain and the last of the big players who we haven't been introduced to yet. So, I mean,
most of this episode is, "Hey, it's the General Zombies," which you never hear the phrase, "Hey, it's the General Zombies." I think,
boring.
Oh boy, who fucking cares? It's the General Zombies.
Yeah, no, I mean, wait until the fight they get. That is absolutely, it's amazing. I love it.
It's hard to talk about this episode because literally nothing happened. It just moved the characters slightly a bit further around the island.
Well, one thing happened. Zoro got caught, and his
Sanji
shadow got stolen.
Same with Sanji.
and Luffy got
And now there's a penguin dog and a zombie with 3 swords. And they don't like each other.
A zombie who is an adult zombie who is wearing one of those baby
diapers.
No, not diapers, but one of those baby crate things where they're
sumo things.
Yeah, that thing.
It depends.
Yeah,
and he's got a plastic duck on his head.
Yes, he does, because that plastic duck is glorious.
I do enjoy how the zombies for Zoro and Sanji are just kind of ridiculous, flanderized versions of them.
That's
scars on the back are a swordsman's shame.
And then
this is all I say.
Yeah, and then of course Sanji's zombie is part dog, part penguin, because what else could it possibly be? Because Sanji is a dog. You can't really.
I think
deny
Oda
that.
said that if they were animals, he would be a duck.
I don't see that.
I think Luffy was a monkey.
Wait, no,
obviously.
actually that does make actually Sanji as a duck does make sense because.
And then Zoro is a shark, Nami is a cat, Usopp is a Hmm. What was Usopp again?
I got the list right here.
Yeah.
Luffy's a monkey, Zoro's a shark, Nami's a cat, Usopp's an armadillo, Sanji's
Yes.
a duck,
Yeah, that makes
Chopper's
sense.
a reindeer, which
No shit.
No.
Robin's
Really?
Robin's a crane, Frankie's a
Yeah.
bull, and Brooke is a
Mhm.
horse.
Brooke is a. Yeah, actually, that
Of course,
works.
of course.
Of course, of course.
I mean, kind of spoilers there, but I mean, Luffy already asked him.
Yeah, and he said yes.
He said he pulled the yes, but later.
I thought you were going to reveal the spoiler that Brooke's actually a horse, not a skeleton.
He
Right.
is actually a horse and not a
So
skeleton.
I would ask Zonic about his opinions on this episode, being the only person here who isn't current on One Piece. But well,
That's not working.
We don't speak jive.
Zonic, would you like to try?
Yeah, so let's try this one more time.
Okay,
Working?
it's sort of working.
Almost.
Keep going. Keep going.
Anyways,
Oh,
anyways, this week in last week, kind of down a bit with the pacing. And at least with this episode, it felt like the payoff compared to last week, where kind of just ran. But
I swear to God, this isn't on purpose.
He started off good, and then he trailed off back into the Cthulhu. So
No,
Yep.
that time it felt more like the sound was fluctuating.
right. But yeah, basically that's this episode. It's slow paced, and who cares?
Sonic, did you turn on the auto-tune button on your phone by accident?
No, then he sounded like cognac.
no,
This episode is a disaster.
ToonamiGAF podcast where everyone's a bully, except for Sonic.
Who is the victim?
Zonic, carnival freak. I'm sorry.
Please don't cry.
Please don't cry. We're
Sonic's
so
gonna
sorry.
get his own podcast with blackjack and hookers after this.
You know what? Forget the podcast. I'm in.
it was a good this week, wasn't there?
I don't know. I couldn't tell what you said.
I have
Yes,
no.
Sonic, it was a great week. We were really happy to have you.
Zonic, we do like you. You were an endless source of entertainment tonight. But maybe get a cheap mic.
We should have
figure
Sonic go
something.
back and count how many times he got actual words out this episode and how many times he got edited out.
No, what he should do is he should
No.
get those words that he got out and then string them together and see if they form a sentence. That sentence is core.
That sentence is, I am the Zodiac.
Yeah, no, played backwards it says, I am the Zodiac Killer.
We better go, because someone's gonna die. Either of laughter, or someone might actually be the Zodiac Killer. That's... One Piece, it was okay. Fortunately,
Yeah,
things will
get better.
get better from here on. And then once Brooke comes back, it's like, finally!
Yeah,
That's
no, wait,
2 episodes from now. So
No, wait, didn't this one end on the spider monkey?
yeah, but that's not when Brooke come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Brooke should be coming back really soon then.
Yes.
Right, he either comes back at the end of next episode or the end of the following episode.
No, I think it's the end of next episode because they can't stretch out that spider monkey thing for
Fantastic.
2 episodes.
Well,
you
the
can
next
stretch out Spider
episode
Monkey
is
as long as you want.
just them stretching out Lola attacking Nami.
Yeah, but that's kind of funny.
Yeah, next week's episode is actually pretty funny. It's the episode after that's where the arc starts to really pick up steam, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if there was a funny part in this episode, and I don't think there was. And so
No,
that's probably why these 2 episodes, this one and the last one, aren't that great, because
No,
there's
I
no
mean-
humor.
Zoro Zombie was kind of funny, those scars on the back are a swordsman's shame, and he's
Oh,
not
yeah,
even getting
and,
hit. And he's not even getting hit.
Wall zombie. It's
Wall
just
zombie
fucking
is-
random out of nowhere. Here's a fucking wall that's a zombie.
Because that's awesome.
And that one scene where, Luffy has this bizarre, like he's pulled out his lip and stretched it over his nose look.
Didn't he
Like
also
he
put on
turns
a
and he
suit?
looks normal, and then he turns back and it's the same fucking look.
Didn't he also put on a suit of armor?
Yes, he's like, hey, Dark Souls!
That man loves him some armor.
Command, I copied that.
And there was this one shot where Frankie was standing in the middle of all those general zombies, and his arms were like fucking ridiculously huge.
His arms are always ridiculously huge.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you watching the show?
But no, in this case they were like off-model-y huge.
Whoa, what was that?
Excuse you, Sonic.
Are we
Your
done?
mother with that mouth.
And now Sonic is playing the pan flute, which is our cue to leave.
Doo-doo-doo.
Do-do-do. Play us off, keyboard cat. Do-do-do.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
If there was ever an episode where we needed to be played off by a keyboard cat, it would be this one. This has been episode 8 of the ToonamiGAF podcast.
This has been a thing.
Thank you for being here,
This is
B-Dubs.
the best episode. The
All
best
time.
episode.
Thank you for being here, Bass Forever.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Wait.
One last time, thank you for being here, Sonic.
Let's
say
hope this goes next time.
Yes!
I just did.
That's exactly how this needed to end.
Kill it with fire. Kill it.
Schrodinger's podcast guest. Is he comprehensible? Is he not? You never know until he starts speaking.
Oh, God.
We'll see you next week. Next week, I believe I'm going to pencil the guest in as Crocodile.
Ooh,
His first appearance.
I haven't hung out with him in a while.
No. So we'll see you then. Good night, everyone.
Bye.